Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to reveal how I went from 0 to 30,000 users on my marketplace, which I built entirely using artificial intelligence and no-code automation tools. I'm going to show you everything, but before that we need to go back a bit to the basics, to the origins of the project. Why did I create this marketplace for artificial intelligence tools that allows people like you to discover AI tools based on their problems, on categories and on solutions? What happened is that a year ago, I packed my bags and left everything behind. I left France, I left my friends, I left my family, and I went to the other side of the world, 11,000 kilometers away, to Malaysia. I arrived in Malaysia and told myself that I really needed to train myself in artificial intelligence. And quickly, I came across a platform, a directory of artificial intelligence tools called Futurepedia. It's a platform that lists a ton of software created after the release of ChatGPT 3.5. So it's been more than a year and a half now since this platform has existed. One day, unsure of my direction, I decided to create content about AI, as it might be interesting. It could connect me with some really cool people. I made a video talking about this platform, 743,000 views in just a few days. And basically, in it, I share the Futurepedia platform. And a lot of people commented, a ton of people commented. And what's the problem? It's that, well, French people don't speak English. French people don't speak English, and I do speak English. So for me, it wasn't obvious that French people needed a platform like this fully translated. The platform still hasn't been translated into French. It's pretty impressive. Back then, when it was more developed, it had over 3 million visitors. Now, of course, the AI trend has died down a bit, but that's okay. Back then, it was an amazing opportunity, and I jumped on it. But I thought, wait, there are over 5,000 AI tools on their platform. There's no way I can list that many myself. So how am I going to do it? Well, let's take a look right now at how I created my listing with this very simple automation that uses a bunch of tools, including ChatGPT. Before we continue with this video, if you want to launch a 100% automated marketplace using artificial intelligence today, there are several key points to keep in mind. Or at the very least, there are some points that will save you a tremendous amount of time. The first point is product photos. It might seem insignificant, but product photos, visuals, are things that are very costly in terms of time to automate. I'm lucky because I list software. I can take a screenshot of their homepage without worrying about copyright and so on. Because the platform is never going to sue me since I'm giving it free advertising on my site. On the other hand, if tomorrow you want to create a gardening marketplace with lots of listings for seeds, tools, hoes, shovels, potting soil, well, then you might run into problems automating the photos. If you use product photos, then you'll probably have to generate AI images to avoid any copyright issues. You're going to find a competitor. The goal is for them not to be in the same market as you. So maybe you'll end up launching a potting soil platform. There you go, potting soil. A potting soil platform. I don't know if there's a big market for that in France. Why not a potting soil platform? You might end up going on a Spanish or American marketplace. The goal is to have a competitive advantage and for your strength to be volume. We want to do volume so we can quickly get indexed on Google, so for SEO, then to quickly start generating actual sales with affiliate links. And finally, we want to have content on the platform. You see, there are lots of pages on my platform because I've been creating them for a long time. And above all, there are lots of tools today. There are lots of software programs, lots of listings. A marketplace finds its value in 3 areas. First, the quality of its information and how relevant it is. Second, the number of listings and how they are organized on the platform. And third, it's all about the identity of the marketplace and what it conveys, what it is, specifically its message, its mission, and so on. Here, we're going to go to Futurepedia and I'll show you how I managed to list more than 500 AI tools. So at first, I listed them by hand and I quickly realized that it wasn't very profitable in terms of time invested. And secondly, that's not where my real value was. My real value was in creating the interface, in designing the templates. For those who want to get started right away while watching the video, I used Webflow to build 100% of my platform along with libraries called Finsweet. Finsweet, Webflow. That's it. It's a goldmine. It's 100% free. And you'll be able to use everything they've created with no code to unlock all of Webflow's limitations and have a well-optimized platform, a marketplace that attracts people, and above all, a marketplace that converts. For all marketplaces, I really recommend having a newsletter. For me, that's essential. If you're launching your marketplace, you need to capture emails. Because even though you're connecting clients with businesses, that doesn't mean you can't collect emails and then resell those emails. For me today, the majority of my platform's value isn't in my database, but in my newsletter. And that's very important to understand. The people who visit my site, I don't own that audience. What I do own is the newsletter. And for the newsletter, I currently have, 2,462 active subscribers, but I regularly delete some because people do not always open the emails, so I do some cleaning. There are over 3,000 emails on the platform, which is pretty cool, all 100% organic, without any lead magnet, just with the newsletter box and a small pop-up. Now that we have seen that, you know which two tools to use to create your marketplace. Next, we will look at how to fill your database. What you'll need to do is use this extension, which is completely free. And with my affiliate link, you'll get extra free credits. So for you, it means you get free credits. And if you're satisfied with this software and want to go further with a paid plan, you'll pay the same price as a regular user. And I will get a percentage of that amount because I'm recommending them. And it's really a great platform. So we're going to click on Get Bardeen Free. So here, the goal is to download the Chrome extension. This extension will allow us to extract and scrape any website. We'll even be able to scrape Google Maps, which is actually very well protected against scraping software. So we'll be happy to install it. We're going to click on Add the extension. I'll show you everything. If you're here, feel free to grab something to drink or eat. We're going to continue the video to see how you can launch your business. Okay, let's pin the extension. Next, we'll log in with Google. I'm going to create a new account, so we're really starting from scratch. Perfect, welcome to Bardeen. So now we can go ahead and let you set a password. Next, and there you go, that's it, ready. Now we just have to create the automation. You can see here I have 500 free tokens. If you use my link, I think you'll get 1,000 or 1,500, which is pretty good. We can close this window. Now we're going to go to your competitor's website, and it's important that we define a place where there's actually a CMS. A CMS is going to be a database that we can access on the internet. We're going to launch the little extension. We're going to click on Create Automation. Here we'll select Start with Blank Canva. This little scraper menu. So here we'll choose Scrap Data on Active tab. Perfect. Create New Scraper Template. We're going to click on the tab we've already opened. So here it's Futurepedia. Okay, once we're here, we'll select List of tab. For the name, we'll just enter Futurepedia Save. And now we'll need to help it locate the items. We'll need to select the same element, the one that's identical. Here, we're going to do the title. So the title here, we click on it, and the second one, for example, will be here. And now it's detected everything. Finally, we're going to add pagination. Pagination means moving on to the next page. And now we can do click pagination. Because actually, the button here, 6 more or more, is a click. You have to click here for it to expand. So we're going to do click pagination and click on the button. And there you go. Now it's detected. And now we're going to retrieve the information we want. So we only need 2 pieces of information. The title. So here, we're going to do get text, get data. Now we can type in title. Okay, enter. And then we're going to click on the button and select get link. And thanks to that, we'll get the link to the software. You'll understand why very soon. We're going to do get data link. We press enter, save template, and then we just have to click plus new action. Here, we're going to type sheet. Add row to Google Sheet. We're going to connect Google Sheet. Connect. Let's continue. Great, it works. So now we can add Google Sheet, add row to Google Sheet. So add a row to Google Sheet. For Google Sheet, we're going to create a Google Sheet and call it Automation Test YouTube. There we go. So every time we run the automation, a new Google Sheet document will be created. What I suggest you do is simply create a Google Sheet on the same Google account and then connect it. From the table, we just need to click Add Column. For column 1, we can indicate that it's a URL. We'll type that it's the name and that it's text. And here, to tab, create a new Google Sheet tab. And now we can label Action 1 and put the link. In Action 2, we put the title. Done, done. The name of the automation, test, YouTube, okay, save. Well, I want to tell you, let's launch this. Click here, see the page scrolls behind, scraping data now. I set no limit on the data scraped. It's scraping right now, everything's going smoothly. So all we have to do is wait. I don't know how long it's going to take. If it ever takes too long, you can just click stop. Here, our goal is just for me to show you an example. So we're going to click stop right away and we can continue the video. Now I'm clicking stop. And there you go, now we can go check out the Google Sheet right here. We'll have our 13 little AIs with their names. And from this point on, you can consider that the scraping work is almost done. Why? Because we're going to need to clean up these links. You can see these links, they're the links to our competitors. A link is made up of the URL, and after that you'll have a question mark. A question mark is used to add a tracking tag to know where the traffic is coming from. Our goal is to remove everything after the question mark. This formula is the right one. If there's an error to the left at 2, find the question mark. So here, we just have to scroll all the way down, boom. And now, we have the original links without the UTM tags. So what we're going to do now is copy this, copy it, and we can paste them here, and we'll do a special paste, values only. And now, when we click on them, we won't have the formula anymore, it's just plain text. And actually, when we go into Make, this is very important for you to know, Make will pull what's in the cell here. It won't pull the rendered value, it will pull the formula itself. That's why you always need to have absolute values with no formulas. That's perfect, now we can delete it. The formula, the automation, all the tools I shared with you in this video, they'll be in the description. If you subscribe to the COI newsletter, you'll receive an email within 5 minutes. It might end up in your spam, and you'll get all the resources from all my YouTube videos that I've shared since day 1 of my YouTube channel. Now that you've done that, I'm just going to transfer all this data into the Google Sheet document that I've had for a while, which is right here. It's the Google Sheet that I've already connected to my Make automation. So for me, it's just going to save time to paste it here. But it's the same thing. And then we move on to Make. On Make, nothing complicated. We're going to retrieve the new row from Google Sheet in Auto SEO. Auto SEO, that's the right one. We're going to open the link and take a screenshot using the HTML CSS image module. So here we just have to enter the website link. It will open it. We set a long delay of 5 seconds so the site has enough time to load properly. After that, we're going to connect to the Cloud Convert API, which will allow us to get an image optimized for SEO, an image in WebP format. So here we're going to convert the image. We specify that it's a PNG image and we want to convert it to WebP. We'll also be able to change the image name to optimize it for SEO. Personally, I use the name of the AI, for example, ChatGPT site internet, perfect.web.ok. Next, we're going to, this part is a bit technical. It's very important that you pay close attention here. We're going to take the image we just optimized and upload it to Notion. Why are we uploading it to Notion? First, it allows us to save the image because it cost us credits to generate this image, or at least to take a screenshot. And secondly, Notion lets us have a public URL, so a public link for free with no limits, ending in .webp or .png. And there are a lot of tools or web hosts that only accept those. They can't handle URLs that are not permanent, that are temporary. Actually, this will generate a temporary URL for us. Here, if we click here, temporary URL, there you go, temporary URL. Depending on the size of your automation, the URL may expire. So we're going to save this in a page. What you'll need to do is put the image in the cover. So when you go on Notion, you can add a banner at the top. I can show you that on Notion. Page. Here I can click Add Cover. And this cover, the image, it can be public. And this image, we can fetch it from the web. If you click Share and Share to everyone, once we've done that, we're going to open the website. And that's where we're going to scrape as much information as possible. At first, we're going to open the link, so the web page, and then we're going to get the HTML code and turn it into text. Because for us, having code, for example, this AI here, I'll show you what it is, having the pages code isn't really of much interest to us. If we inspect it, we don't care about all that. What we want is the text inside that code. The text that's here, that's what we want. This module in Make will allow us to turn HTML code into text. Once we have the text, we'll be able to extract everything. It won't cost us much to try to retrieve everything we can. The first thing we'll need to get is the Twitter link. So for that, you'll have a regex key right here. Once again, all the regex keys are in the description. Don't worry, okay. LinkedIn, same thing, it's the regex key to extract LinkedIn links. I remember I added a D at the end because sometimes the page doesn't open, and I don't want the automation to make a mistake. So now, the text we've extracted will be sent to 4 different ChatGPT modules, which will be the 4 different modules on our page. We have the description, the information, the introduction line, and also the meta description of the page. The meta description, which is right here. This one is a little too long, as you can see, 370 characters instead of 160. A bit too long, it could be optimized. So let's go back to Make. Basically, here, we're just giving it a long prompt. The prompt is also included in the gift you'll receive after signing up for my COA newsletter. We give it the name of the software and the text extracted from the homepage. And we're going to do this 3 times. So for the description, for the 3 features, for the meta description, and for the introductory sentence, I encourage you to take these 4 and personalize them a bit, but start with my prompt because the prompt is really optimized and does a very, very good job. Once we've done that, we're going to go back to a bit of extraction. Honestly, I could have put all the modules, the text passes in red one after the other, but I didn't. It doesn't matter at all. Here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to try to extract emails from the website. Same for Instagram, YouTube, Discord, and GitHub. I extract it because it's something that's relevant in my niche. And finally, we're going to create a product page with all the information. And finally, we're going to update the item. And what are we going to update it with? With the item ID. Why do we need to use the item ID? Because there's a library on Finsweet that requires us to use the item ID to perform a search, to use a small search engine. We'll see that later. It's compatible with Webflow, Shopify, WordPress, whatever you want. And finally, we're going to delete that row so we can move on to the next step. Now, I suggest we launch the automation and take a look at it. First, this automation is for creating product sheets. I have custom fields. I need to find the pricing, the target audience, and the various technical features it has. I decided not to automate these features because ChatGPT isn't really good at selecting them, let's say, the right information and sending it back to me in the correct format. So for the 500 tools I've listed on my platform, I just found the pricing manually. To show you a bit how the fields are set up, there are a lot of fields for a product page. So there's the link, the description, the long description, the meta description, the features, the image, all the social media links, the email that I add but don't display is just for me to keep on file. The number of free trial days, the pricing type, the category, multiple categories if there are several, the type of business, who it's for, the features, whether the tool is verified or not, so whether it paid to be listed on my platform. If it did pay, I add a little check mark. Then the SEO guide link, the logo, the demo video, the ease of use score, which is a rating I assign myself, the pricing, so the rates, basic plan, advanced pro, the IPTEM ID, and whether there's a discount or not. I worked on a platform for 6 months, so I had time to add all these fields, but at the beginning I didn't have all of them, and that's okay. At first, start really simple, but regularly add references to your marketplace. That's the most important thing. So now I'm just going to show you that. So here, I'll just show you that. For example, guide with 2D doesn't exist on my platform. If you type guide, it's not there. So we go to automation, we choose where to start, we click on idea 1, okay, we save, we click on run, and boom, it's off. Now you can go grab a little matcha latte, and that's it. So here, the screenshot has already been taken. What's great, man, is that you can check everything. You click here, you can even see the URL if you want, you can open it. The screenshot has been taken, but as you can see when you inspect it, the image must be super big, I think. If you do save image as, there you go, it's a PNG. So PNG is not optimized at all for SEO, at all. It's converting the file. And now we just have to wait patiently. While the automation is finishing up, I really encourage you to click on the first link in the description and subscribe to the SEO Scale newsletter. If you really want to get visitors who are genuinely eager to buy your products, people you won't need to contact, prospect, or convince that they have a problem and that your solution is the best, you'll just create content with artificial intelligence. In SEO of extremely high quality using my processes and the automations that I give you for free. I didn't even have time to finish my explanation before the automation was already done, and there's already 1 item completed, and it will probably keep going with the next ones because we never stop here. We're always building. Let's refresh Ctrl+R and we'll be able to see what the product guide sheet gives us. Obviously, as I told you, in my case, I have a very advanced platform. I haven't automated everything, but in your case, you can easily create a simple platform that's functional and that people can use with automations. And for the guide, we have the link. Simplify your creation of practical guides. We have the long description, the meta description, and the features with optimized titles using H3S. It's beautiful. We have the product page. It's great. The social networks have been properly scraped, and after that, it'll be up to me to add the rest. I suggest I show you a little bit what it looks like. Guide on the CMS collection page of the site. With the template ready, find guide spelled with 2 Ds. There it is. We click on it. The categories, obviously, I haven't added them. I haven't added the logo yet. But as you can see, even the bold words are there. Isn't that great for SEO? Well, the description here is a bit long because I'm on a small screen since the tab is on the side. You'll also be able to change the content size by editing the prompt. Everything is in the description. That's how I was able to create all the pages published on lacreme.ai. The automation is still running while we're talking. It's incredible. I really encourage you to check the description to download all the gifts I'm giving you. I have no courses to sell you. I wish you an excellent day. And in the next video, there will be even more automation, more AI, and more results. This was Thibaut Branand, and I'll see you soon.